system for homes, that it would have sensors where if there was an unusual discharge of water, that at the water intake of a home, an apartment, a building, a government building, that it would automatically cut off through a cutoff valve. And so I know the technology is there, and so that before any well should be approved, it must have a cutoff system. But we need to be drilling. We cannot continue to be dependent on the rest of the world for our oil.
Well, let's get to telephone calls, and we are focus this morning is on Afghanistan policy and the progress of the war there. Some 9 years of U.S. involvement on the ground, and we'd like to hear your questions and comments for Congressman Wilson. Let's begin with Beaufort, South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
This is Vernon, Democrats line. Good morning. You're on, Vernon.
Good morning. I was just calling because I wanted to know what was the death toll between 2009 and now of the military and the war, because I see a lot of kids going into the military because of the economic situation, and I was wondering, what does our representative have planned for us as far as jobs and trying to employ the people around here?
Thank you very much. 2 questions. The death toll in the last year.
Well, sadly, the death toll, but it's been over the entire period, has passed 1,000. And each one of those is precious to me. I know that because I have sons, all 4 sons serving, and I served. And on the issue of jobs, Vernon from Beaufort, I'm happy to tell him that I've been doing a jobs tour, and I've been doing shadowing of jobs. I'm very grateful that in the Bluffton community right there in Beaufort County, I shadowed at a Comfort Suites. I made up beds. I helped check people in. I worked with the AGM countertop company, Granite Countertops in Hardyville, right there, Vernon. And so I'm just grateful promoting jobs. And I also am working very closely with the Marine Corps Air Station with Parris Island, which is located there in Beaufort County. In fact, I met with General Conway yesterday, the Marine Corps Commandant, to promote F-35s to be located at the Marine Corps Air Station. This would create a lot of jobs in our community. And when I think of military service, it's opportunity. I know it was for me. I know that the JROTC units there at Battery Creek, at Beaufort High, all are helping produce wonderful young people to serve in the military and protect our country.
Next is a call from Brookings, Oregon. Vicki, Independent Line. You're on the air, Vicki.
Yes, good morning, Congressman. First I have a comment, and then I do have a question. My comment is that I'm amazed that C-SPAN and the Republican Party are proud to have you represent the Armed Services Committee. That's my comment. And the reason, my question, is how do you think your comment during the State of the Union toward our president is perceived around the world, and how do you think that promotes democracy by questioning publicly during the State of the Union for the first time ever the dissent in America to the rest of the world?
Vicki, thank you for your comment.
And Vicki, I understand your concern. That's why I apologize within 1 hour. And it was the healthcare speech of September the 9th, 2009. And I am a gentleman, and that's why I can be here today and talk about whether it be the healthcare takeover, which I think is a threat to the senior citizens of our country, to the young people possibly bankrupting our country. Back to Vernon, this could cost jobs, eliminate 1.6 million jobs according to NFIB. So I will speak out on what I think is wrong. On national defense, I have served 31 years in the Army National Guard, Army Reserve. I have 4 sons who are serving in the military today, 2 who have served in Iraq, Alan and my son Addison, a Navy doctor. So I'm very proud of the military, and I grew up with this. My dad served in the Flying Tigers in India and China during World War II. And so I've grown up with a love and appreciation of the military, and I know what the military has done. We today have a broader spread of democracy, more countries living in free market democracies than in the history of the world. Dozens of countries just in the last 20 years have been liberated due to the American military.
Next telephone calls from Greenville, South Carolina. Michael, Republican line. Michael, you are on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'd like to say good morning, and I'd like to make a comment as well. I don't agree with her, Congressman, on many, many things. I think he's off base, but to stay on topic with the Afghanistan war beginning, of which is not the real, to stay on topic about the Afghanistan war. There's priorities more important to the other people, his district and my district. He's cost, we have a good congressman in our district, Bob Inglis, because he voted to reprimand Mr. Wilson for his comments, which were out of place and made it an embarrassment, laughing stock to the state. This war is ridiculous. I was at the Herd Museum in Phoenix, Arizona in February. They were bringing these poor boys in wheelchairs with no limbs and legs, and I asked people, this lady, what was going on. She says, "Oh, those are Iraqi veterans." And I looked at the senselessness of it. Those people don't want us there. They keep blowing things up. We can't take care of our own people. As you heard the first caller, we need jobs. This guy's so off base, out of touch. And
Michael, let's stop you right there, because you brought up the topic of the war veterans with traumatic injuries, and we've seen over the past decade injuries of this brain injuries and the like that we have not seen before in these numbers.
And I'm also the ranking member of the Military Personnel Subcommittee, and our viewer from Greenville, I want you to know that we're working and making phenomenal progress with the wounded warriors. And in fact, I've worked with Major David Rozelle to help young people